After spending a few weeks in southern Utah, we are making our way closer to our next destination, which is Page, Arizona. We are still in Utah. We're about 5 minutes from the border of Arizona and Utah, and we are here at Lake Powell camping at the Lone Rock Campground. And so it's like a boondocking campground. It's like super, I don't know, like very unorganized in a way that there's like no campsites and you kind of just camp wherever you find a spot. But we did spend $14 to camp here next to Lake Powell. We set up our sauna, and our next destination in Page is a campground that we're actually doing some photography work for. And so we're super excited to get there and just kind of reset before we do this long haul we have coming ahead of us, which is super exciting, and we're going to talk about it in our next video. But where we are now at the Lone Rock Campground thing is down on the beach. You can see a lot of campers up here. And so it's like super sandy down here, but we don't have a 4x4 truck camper for no reason. And it's kind of funny because we came down here and we're like so sure we're gonna make it back out. But this morning we saw a couple of people get stuck in the sand. So we're gonna pack up our sauna and make our attempt at the hill as we make our way to the campground. So the sauna does get pretty small, or small enough for us to make room for it, but it is really a room commitment because the wood burning stove goes here, the actual sauna tent lays across the top of the back seat, and then the seats go inside and they go outside and they go inside. So every night we bring it outside, depending on how long we're staying somewhere. Sometimes we just store it on the table, but I think it's worth it to us. I wish we set it up a little more often, but since we do move so much, it doesn't get up as often as we'd like, but it's definitely worth having for when we do set it up.
And hopefully that will change. Hopefully we'll start using it more and more. But I feel like we've been getting our use out of it.
Put this little thing on top to make sure nothing else gets scratched, because we used to not do that. And let me show you what happened to our Starlink, because it's like a Tetris game. So the Starlink goes here, but since it's made out of metal, it completely destroyed like the plastic sticker on here. And we've also dropped our Starlink, and it's still a champ, so it's fine. And I just do a little bit of preventative measures now by putting this little styrofoam thing around it.
Might not be the most organized and neat looking, but it gets the job done.
Then we have the bucket for the water, the rocks for the top of the stove, and then we have the big old sauna. We'll show you what it looks like when it's all in here. So from the front seat, you can see our sauna tent, our generator, wood burning stove for the sauna tent, some other stuff. And then you see Braden's spot that he likes to lay. Oreo's usually up here with Ashley. It's a little bit busy, but hopefully we can fix that.
Now that everything's put away, the time has come to make it back up the hill. I really was not worried at all until we saw a couple of cars get stuck earlier. And I'm a little bit nervous, but we've actually only ever been stuck once, and it's because we were towing someone else out in Baja. So I think it should be fine, but yeah, I guess let's just do it. No problem. The best thing to do in sand is pretty much just go fast so you don't get stuck. And that's exactly what Grayson did. And he was up so quick. No problem. He literally came back around to get me. What a gentleman, not making me walk back up the sand. On our way over to the campground, we're making a little pit stop at Walmart to get some groceries that we need and take advantage of having full hookups and being able to use as much power as we want. I don't know what we're gonna get, what we're gonna make, but probably something that uses a lot of power so we can fully take advantage of it.
We got our power hooked up. We got our groceries put away. We actually usually put them away at Walmart, but since we were only 5 minutes away from the campground when we were at Walmart, we just put them on the ground. They're all put away. And I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but we're in a pretty awesome area. There's like these mesas all the way around. And across from us, in front of us, there's guys riding dirt bikes like straight up it. And so it took a little longer to hook up and get everything, you know, plugged in because I just kept staring at them just going up and dropping their bikes, and really cool. But there's hiking in the area. There's a lot of cool things in the area. The facility here is like so modern and new. The washing machines and dryers like take your tap to pay and your credit card. No coins needed, but you could do coins. The shower houses look incredible according to Google. And the staff is so nice. And so we're excited to be in one spot for a little bit. I think we're here for 3 days before we have a long haul, which I mentioned at the beginning. Talk about that in the next video, like I said earlier. But we're just excited to kind of reset before this long haul. So we're going to, hang out, wash these dirt bikes a little bit, probably do some laundry, and really just take advantage of the facility.
Well, we came in here to do laundry. It looks like everyone else is also doing laundry right now. So I think we'll go walk the dogs, explore a little bit, and then come back and do laundry a little bit later when probably not everyone's doing it. But check out the views from this laundry room, or this little laundry area. It's so beautiful. You can see the campground and some of the little red rocks in the background. It's super beautiful, and it's going to be much better than doing our laundry at a laundromat. So we'll just come back in a little bit. It's a little bit hard to see with the sun behind me, but once we got to the top, you can see our campground back here, and then there's another campground over here, and I think the most beautiful views are probably going to be over here. So we're going to walk in that direction, and the sun is right behind me setting. It doesn't look like it's getting that dark, but it's actually getting dark pretty fast. And since we crossed the border into Arizona, Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time. So it is about 6:47, and when we were in Utah, it would have been 7:47, and still this bright outside, just 5 minutes away. So we're gonna head down back to the camper and make some dinner. For dinner, I'm gonna make some spaghetti squash bolognese. We picked this up today at Walmart, and I used to make this all the time, and it's so delicious. We really love it. But I think a spaghetti squash, especially one this size, takes about an hour and 10 minutes to bake. So we don't really get to make it that often at all. But since we're plugged into the power, we're taking advantage of it, and I'm super excited because it's so delicious. The spaghetti squash is done, and I was letting it cool off, and I had some ground turkey already made, so I was gonna mix that with some marinara sauce and then put it in the spaghetti squash. And then when I was looking up here, this is where we keep like a lot of like extra things like marinara sauce and such, and turns out we actually don't have any, and we both thought that we had like a couple of bottles of it. But we do have some pizza sauce, and I think it's going to be just as good, just definitely a little bit different, but it's okay, at least we have a backup plan. This is the most satisfying part, making the little noodles. And dinner is ready. Are you excited?
Wow, oh wow. I've actually never had this before. I've only seen pictures of it and videos of it on...
I used to make it all the time. I can't believe I never made it for you.
Never for me, but I've seen it on the social medias, and I've sent it to you before, so oh my, it's freaking heavy, man. It's hot too. I'm excited. Let's see. Get a little bit of that pasta down there, spaghetti squash, turkey, pizza sauce, and cheese.
Yeah, sorry we don't have marinara sauce. Hot.
That's delicious. That is good. If you've never had this before, it's time to make it. Unreal.
I just think Grayson's expressions are so funny. I didn't even try it. I think it's too hot. But we're gonna eat, we're gonna enjoy dinner, and then we're gonna head over to the showers, and I'll show you them. They're like the nicest campground showers. There's only been one other campground that I feel like the showers have been as nice as this one. So we'll show you that, and yeah, just enjoy the night. Grayson's over here like devouring his food.
This is what the bathrooms look like. Fairly nice. Glass shower. People playing games over there, so we're trying to be quiet.
It's just nice because it's all in one. So you have the toilet, you have the shower, the lights. Pretty nice in here. Super excited for a shower. Now, if the water's hot, 10 out of 10 for sure.
Here's what we got going on this morning. We got our laundry going finally. And then we have our little workstation set up. And these views are just incredible. Check that out.
Now that we're done working, done getting laundry done, I made us some turkey salad bowls with rice and vegetables. So we're gonna eat some lunch, and then we're gonna explore some trails in the area. The most popular thing to do in Page, Arizona, or around this area, is Horseshoe Bend, and it's stunning. We've been before, and we're definitely gonna go again, but we wanna go for sunrise, so we're probably gonna do that in a couple days. But today we're just looking forward to doing some trails that we haven't done before. Less than 10 minutes away from where we're camping is this trail called the Beehive Trail, and a lot of people in the reviews compare it to this trail called the Wave, which looks so awesome, and it's been on our bucket list for so long. But you do need permits for that trail, and in order to get permits, it's pretty difficult because a lot of people want to get permits for it also. So I don't know if it's going to compare too closely, but there are a bunch of different rock formations, and I think it's going to be absolutely stunning. And we have the perfect day to be doing this. Today's actually getting up to 72 degrees, which is like the warmest weather we've been in for a really long time. So we're super excited. This hike has been so beautiful thus far, but something I really like about this trail is it's actually lined with rocks, which makes it really easy to follow, because a lot of times when you're hiking in the desert and not like the forest, you can't really see footprints or anything like that. So it's really nice having it all lined up, and yeah, it's been a beautiful trail. We're back in the truck now, and when we were hiking, we saw this really cool, massive looking cave, and it was too steep to get down to, but we're gonna drive around and see if we can get there. I don't know if it's gonna be sand or if it's gonna be accessible for us, but we're gonna try. We're looking at where it is on the map, but also looking at the road because it looks pretty sandy. Oh, here comes someone, you can ask him. Let's ask this guy how bad it really was. The person we talked to is from Arizona, and she said that this beginning part is the sandiest and that it's sandy the whole way, but she's never seen a camper our size go. But you know what, we're just gonna go anyways and hope that we can get to this cave.
Yeah, no, if that's the deepest part, then we're fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're good. This is not that bad.
Because then it's gravel again.
Okay, this looks so deep. This looks so deep. Oh, okay, that was close. How close were we to getting stuck? 1 out of 10. 4.
Probably tell we're not at the cave. We had to do an emergency U-turn. We started going down the road. It wasn't that bad. And then we hit like a pretty deep pocket of sand. And so I just stopped because I was like, this is way too deep. I got out of the truck and the Jeep that was in front of us is on like monster tires. And I saw him like rock crawling down this thing. He must have already been to the cave and was on his way back. Because I don't think it's something you hike. You just kind of like drive by and look at it or get out for a second. And so he's like rock crawling down this thing. And I was like, there's no way we're doing that after we go through the sand, if we make it through the sand. And so we did an emergency U-turn. Almost got ourselves stuck doing the emergency U-turn. There was like a 4-point turn. But we didn't, and we're out. And we are making our way toward the next hike. We made it to the Hanging Garden. It's not that long of a trail, but basically it's like this cliffside with all this greenery under here. And we weren't sure what to expect, but it's pretty cool to see like wet, damp looking greenery in the desert, because a lot of the trees kind of look like this. A lot of them are dead, and this trail actually had a lot of spring flowers on the way here. So it was cool to see that spring has sprung, but it's also cool to see this. And I guess this is here like most of the year because it's called the Hanging Garden Trail. So I'm guessing that it's always here, but it's just so cool. But it's actually starting to rain, so probably not gonna stay here too long. We're gonna check it out a little bit and then head back to the truck. After further examination, these are actually super dry. So I'm not sure what keeps the green ones growing so well, because obviously there are dead ones, but there's quite a few green ones. And it's crazy how dry they all are. It's pretty incredible.
Okay, are you tired?
Every trail in the area is just so beautiful. Honestly, you can pick any of them and you can't go wrong. Last time we were here, we felt the same way with the few trails we did. And with the few trails we did this time, we are just so blown away by how beautiful the landscape is. And we're so excited to do Horseshoe Bend in a few days for sunrise. But unfortunately, we're going to be ending the video here because we do have a long adventure ahead, and we are so excited to share it with you because it's one that we've been waiting to do for a while now. But we appreciate every single one of you who has watched this far. We love you guys. We appreciate your support, and we can't wait to share this next adventure with you. So make sure you're there for it because it's going to be exciting. But until next time, peace out.